Good evening. On a grim day for the service community in this region today, while the government has been forced to make difficult decisions about the cost of the war in Afghanistan, some families here have been reminded once again of the cost they are being asked to pay.
Today, at a rain-swept airfield in Wiltshire, the body of Adam Drane from Bury St Edmunds was returned to the UK. He was the 100th British soldier to be killed in Afghanistan this year. Later, the coffin, draped in a Union flag, passed through the streets of nearby Wootton Bassett. Lance Corporal Drane from 1st Battalion, the Royal Anglian Regiment, was 23. His parents, Desmond and Jackie, said they had tremendous pride in their son's achievements, but that no words could describe their loss. While these scenes were taking place in Wootton Bassett, an inquest was getting underway in the nearby town of Trowbridge. This was to hear evidence about the deaths of 3 Royal Anglians killed in a so-called friendly fire incident in Afghanistan 2 years ago. Our reporter Joel Mapp was at today's hearing.
Susie, hello. Yes, when a British soldier is killed in Afghanistan, 2 things normally happen. One, their body is repatriated, as we saw today at Wootton Bassett with a Royal Anglian. And then later on, there is usually an inquest, and that's what's been happening today here in Trowbridge. The families of 3 Royal Anglian soldiers came here from Ipswich, from Chelmsford and from Harlow looking for answers. But this is a close-knit regiment, and speaking through an army welfare officer, they said their minds were never far from Wootton Bassett.
Their thoughts and prayers are with the family of Lance Corporal Adam Drane, who also from the 1st Battalion Royal Anglian Regiment, who was killed last week in Afghanistan, becoming the 100th casualty of this tragic year for us. And as I say, their thoughts and prayers are with his family during his repatriation up at Lyneham and Wootton Bassett today.
Now in court today here in Trowbridge, the court was told a vivid description of what happened that day in August 2007 with these 3 Royal Anglians from some of the men who were there. We can show you some pictures now of some of the fighting, pictures taken around the same time as what happened. There was an intense firefight with the Taliban, and there was an airstrike ordered from a nearby American-US jet. Then we were told about a big white flash, a shockwave, intense heat, and then darkness. A 500-pound American bomb dropped in the wrong place, killing Privates Aaron McClure and John Thrumble. But the court was told that Private Robert Foster had been trapped alive under the rubble. By the time his comrades had realised he was missing, he'd suffocated. The soldiers' families gave this statement today through their solicitor.
The families are really here today, first and foremost and most importantly, to support their boys. I think the questions that we need to ask today is, why in modern warfare do mistakes like this happen? And that's crucially important to us, but also to avoid any future incidents like this happening again, and particularly to families.
Now, the coroner said that the key evidence at this inquest will come from a Sergeant Perrin, the Royal Anglian officer who ordered this airstrike. He had had problems communicating with that American pilot. Their grid references said the coroner did not match up. But this inquest has been adjourned until the new year to give the teams a chance to look at new evidence only just released by the Americans.